So when we're going to solve linear inequalities, you can use the same steps as you do when you solve equations, except recall that when you're multiplying or dividing by a negative number, the direction of the inequality will flip. So here we're going to add 1 to both sides, and we'll have 2x. It's going to remain is less than. Add 1, I get 10. And then divide both sides by the positive 2, and I get x is less than. Divide by 2, less than 5. So my inequality would have a 5 in it, an open dot, and then everything to the left. So remember, if to have an equation, you'll have a closed dot. Example B, we're going to subtract 2 from both sides and be left with negative 3x. Subtract 2, that gives me a 12. It's still going to be greater than. That sign's going to stay the same. But when I come in and I divide by a negative 3 on both sides, it's going to flip this inequality, and it's going to become less than. So I'll have x is less than negative 4, and so my graph then would have a negative 4, an open dot, and then everything to the left. All right, so you try, turn the video off for just a minute, and you try C and see what you can come up with. Graph, as I did, the answer, the solution set when you finish. Okay, after that, try me. Let's do these. Some inequalities simplify to statements that are always true, and others to statements that are never true. And we're going to, on these problems, we'll look and see which ones will be sometimes, always, or never true. So I'm going to distribute 3x plus 9 is greater than or equal to 6 plus 3x. I'm going to subtract 3x from both sides, and that will leave me that 9 is greater than or equal to 6. Well, 9 is always greater than 6. So we say that that was always true. And there are many solutions. In fact, all real numbers work. I'm going to put it's all real numbers that are going to work. That capital R like that, I kind of do a fancy R there. That means all real numbers are going to work. Then example B, let's see, I'm going to have a negative x. I have a 9 minus 5. That's a positive 4. Is less than negative x plus 4. I'll add x to both sides, and I will come up with it 4 is less than 4. Well, the number 4 is never less than itself. It's equal to itself, but it's never less than itself. So this is never true, and we say that there is no solution. Example 3 is a word problem. Your test scores are 82, 76, and 78. What is the lowest score you can make on your next test to have an average of at least 80? So we'll let x be equal to the grade on the next test. And then we'll say that if we add up 82 plus 76 plus 78 plus x, so if I add up my new grade, I want that, and I divide it by, now I have 4 grades, so I'm going to divide it by 4. I want my average to be at least 80, and that's going to be greater than or equal to 80. So we'll need to add 82 plus 76 plus 78, and we'll get 236 plus x over 4. That's got to be greater than or equal to 80. Now to undo the 4, we'll multiply both sides by 4. And that's going to give me then 236 plus x is greater than or equal to 320. Then we're going to subtract our 236 and come up with that x has got to be greater than or equal to 84. So we, oops, kind of went off the page there, didn't I? So our grade needs to be 84 or better. So I think we'll stop this video and pick up on the next one.